And welcome back to Canada Top to Bottom, where today we're out in the wilderness to give you a few tips in case you get your car stuck in the snow.
Pretty much all of Canada gets snowed on at some stage every winter, so you need to not only know how to drive on the snow, but how to also get yourself unstuck if the worst does happen. Here are our top 3 tips for getting your car out of the snow and back on the road.
Firstly, don't do anything too drastic. If your vehicle won't move, then stamping on the accelerator and spinning the wheels isn't going to make things any better. If you think you're only just stuck, you can often get the car out without even needing to get out of your seat. The first thing to try is rocking the car back and forth gently. This is easier in a manual car because you can thread the clutch, but even in an automatic like this one, you can gently press and release the accelerator. If the wheels are in a little rut, that rocking motion can actually generate some momentum, and once you've got that momentum, you can often just drive out of the rut. The key to this is not to drive out too early and not to be too aggressive when you do go. If you try to drive out of your rut too soon, you'll just sink back into it. But if you stamp on the accelerator too aggressively, you can just dig yourself in even deeper. Rock back and forth gently until it feels like the car has some momentum, then ease onto the accelerator on one of the forward rocks. With any luck, you'll just roll straight out. In some situations, particularly when you're driving uphill and start to lose grip, wiggling the steering wheel back and forth can help you find that crucial bit of extra grip. You'll still slow down when doing this, so it only works for a few meters, but that could be enough to get you up a little hill or out of some particularly deep snow. Again, small movements and not being too aggressive is the key. When you recognise that your front wheels are slipping, give the wheel a wiggle. It might just give you those extra few meters, which might just make all the difference.
Our second tip is quite a cunning one and uses something that virtually every car has: floor mats. If you're not severely stuck and just need a bit of help pulling away, sticking the floor mats from your car under the front wheels is an amazingly effective way of getting moving. It doesn't do your mats much good, but it shouldn't completely ruin them, just get them a bit dirty. Stick the mat as far as you can under the front tyres and then jump back in and gently accelerate onto them. Once you're going, don't stop. Keep driving to somewhere you know you won't get stuck, then go back for the mats. If there's nowhere safe to stop and you have a passenger, keep moving really slowly, let your passenger grab the mats and then run to catch you up. If you don't have any floor mats, or if you don't want to use your nice expensive mats, then an old sheet, a blanket, or even just bits of wood, anything can work fine. Anything you shove under the wheels, which can provide more friction than snow, is going to help.
Our final tip is to be well equipped. In our 5 top tips for driving on snow video, we mentioned that good winter tyres are essential for safe winter driving, and that is worth repeating now. All-wheel or 4-wheel drive is also really helpful. Even if you have good tyres, a 4x4 and some slick snow driving skills, you will still get stuck from time to time, and on these occasions you will need yet more equipment. Firstly, a set of snow chains or cables like these are essential. There's no denying that they are invariably a pain to get on, and fitting them almost always leads to cold hands and some perhaps bad language, but they are by far the best way of getting moving in otherwise impossible snow. Learn how to use your snow chains and practice fitting them before you need them. It's hard enough to get them on anyway, but figuring them out and making mistakes in the heat, or should that be cold, of the moment isn't recommended. If you're stuck and can get your snow chains on, you'll solve the situation 90% of the time. Being equipped also encompasses carrying some additional kit, such as a shovel, a brush, a scraper, and maybe even a hatchet like this, or a saw. If you need to shift a serious amount of snow, then only a shovel will do, and if there's debris blocking your way that you can't move, then you might need to chop it up. We do a lot of driving in the forest to go skiing or just because it's fun to explore the local area. And we often encounter large branches which are blown onto the track. If you can't move a branch and it's getting you stuck, then you need to be able to chop it up. A piece of rope is also a good thing to have in your car, and it might enable you to pull an obstacle out of the way. So, in summary, tip 3 is to be well equipped, because with your bare hands you're pretty limited in your ability to shift your vehicle. Thanks for watching. We hope that's given you a few good tips, and enjoy your snowy adventures in Canada. See you next time.